All right, YouTube is live and I'm not touching it because I got it out.
Probably run some ads now. Go run and get your popcorn and your soda. Show starts in 7 minutes.
Send us their proposed contract this afternoon.
What was next? Tried on the ice cream park dance.
Yes.
It should be.
Yeah. Out of my 167 pages.
I know, it's hard to find.
Yes.
The proposed contract should begin on page 66. I don't know if they're numbered at the bottom for you.
Great.
Page 56. Otherwise, I have it here if you just need it.
That's all it is, correct.
No cats? It says domestic street. Ask questions, raise an objection, vote against it. You good then?
We have it up, so I'm not touching it.
All right. It's 3 kids.
We just had to reset that all those.
You guys come up the front row. Don't be shy.
Like the naughty kids in class.
Like school.
It's like church. No, it's more like church.
Passing notes.
Right up front.
Up front, yeah, sure.
Well, then we can hear you and see you.
Yeah.
If you want to, do you have proposals for the health council? You can hand them over.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I would come up the front row.
On YouTube, yeah. I got it up and running.
Okay, we got that.
Almost, there it is.
All right. Call the Mayville Common Council meeting to order at 7 PM on October 14th. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Olson.
Here.
Alderperson Newman.
Here.
Alderperson Leeknow.
Here.
Alderperson Schmidt.
Here.
Alderperson Smith.
Here.
Alderperson Baker.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Okay, any citizen comments tonight? Seeing no one's making way to the podium.
I'm here to comment on one of the agenda items.
Yes.
So I represent the property owner of 2050 Horton.
2050 Orcon?
This is agenda item,
It's an agenda item.
yeah,
Which one was, which the agenda item?
Is that the resolution?
correct.
So it'd be under old business 12A, discuss with possible action resolution 5951-2024 for the special assessment to the property at 2050 Oregon Street.
Where is that? The
Yeah,
letter
old
notifying them,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so they could speak on
Right.
that agenda item, so.
Right, so they can, we'll let you talk when we get to the agenda.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody else? All right. Presentation. All right, 4A, presentation of the City of Mayville insurance proposal. Presenters, Matt Becker and John Bunzen from League of Municipalities Insurance and RR Insurance. You want to introduce them?
Yeah, just want to introduce them. I've been working on obtaining quotes for the city of Mayville for our property, auto, crime, cyber, workers' comp, over the last couple months, and I obtained 3 quotes, and I would recommend that we would go with the League of Wisconsin Municipalities Insurance, and I would just like them to give their presentation as to why I feel that they're the most beneficial for the city. So, thank
Feel like
you.
it's at the podium?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, you just want to state your name?
I'm Matt Becker with the League.
I'm John Budzine with R&R Insurance. All right, good evening. Yeah, I'm John Budzine with R&R Insurance. We are the largest family-owned independent insurance agency in Wisconsin. We're headquartered in Waukesha. And I'm happy to be here today and thankful that we are being recommended as City of Mayville's new insurance agency for 2025. Our proposal, Stephanie, just been for the city involves 2 distinct but related insurance carriers. First, for the property aspect of things, Municipal Property Insurance Company, otherwise known as MPIC. And then for most other lines, we have the League of Wisconsin Municipalities Mutual Insurance Company, the League. Matt Becker is the CEO of the League, and he will be speaking a little bit later. Both are run as not-for-profit organizations with coverages and resources specifically designed to fit the unique needs of Wisconsin municipalities. We have an exclusive relationship at R&R with League Mutual in that we are the sole agency that sells and services their product in the 9 counties of southeastern Wisconsin. And you'll be hearing from Matt in a moment here about the specifics of their program, their history, what makes them unique. One thing that I've found really beneficial, both Matt Becker and the CEO of MPIC, the property aspect of things, Blair Rogacki, they've attended all meetings, multiple meetings that we've had with Stephanie Justman to date, and this just shows, their local presence, how available they are, and how dedicated they are to their customers. To put League Mutual into perspective, they insure over 520 municipalities in the state of Wisconsin, all of whom are within the state of Wisconsin, and R&R is the insurance agency for over 100 of them. And I am the insurance agent for many of your surrounding municipalities and would be the one serving your insurance needs on a day-to-day basis. To introduce the 3 pillars of coverage, or the 3 pillars of insurance. So first we have price. Then you have coverage, so what you're getting for paying that annual premium. And lastly would be the resources that you get from your agency and or the carrier of the insurance. Regarding price, your incumbent carrier is EMC Insurance. their renewal quote came in at almost $267,000 per year, where ours came in the lowest of the 3 quotes Stephanie received at just over $225,000. One common thought is, well, this is the price now, where does it go from there? And I showed Stephanie the League Mutual Insurance's most recent annual report that highlighted 7 years in a row of premium increases between just 1.5% and 4%, much lower increases than you would expect to see from for-profit insurance carriers. And so in addition to that superior pricing, we've discussed with Stephanie, some significant coverage improvements and resources you will be receiving by placing your insurance with us. And I look forward to meeting with Stephanie to prioritize and implement these resources in the coming weeks and months. So here to talk more about League Mutual is their CEO, Matt Becker.
Yeah, thanks, John. And thanks for having us on this rainy night. And I think it's a good idea to put insurance at the front of the schedule. That way it gets more exciting as it goes on. Right? So I think it's important just as the government body to know at a high level who we are and kind of our mission, because that really drives everything. And just so you guys have a comfort of our goal and our role in the market here. So the League Mutual Insurance Company has been around since 1984. It was created by the League of Wisconsin Municipalities to serve member needs when there was an insurance crisis for local governments in the early and mid 80s. So we are set up as a mutual insurance company. And what that means is that the company is owned by its members. So it's not owned by me, it's not owned by stockholders or a private equity group, anything like that. So if anything were to happen, let's say assets had to be liquidated, it would go to the members. So that's a good legal distinction between basically, like John was saying, a for-profit company and a company like ours. Another important aspect is, our board of directors is made up of basically your peers. We have elected officials, we have mayors, we have clerks, administrators on our board. That way the decisions are aligned with your interests, right? So everything that's done at board meetings is from your peers. And I wholly believe in that model. That's worked great. And as John said, you put those things together, we basically act like a nonprofit. If we don't have to charge more premium than we need to pay claims and pay the expenses of the company, we're not going to do it. And that's just the way we operate. We are Wisconsin only. We don't operate in any other states. So we're municipal specialized in our coverage and our services. So rest assured, we know local government, we know the risk you face. So our policy is designed to cover those unique needs, and then the services we deliver are geared towards those exposures. As John mentioned, there's kind of 3 pillars of an insurance program. Price, we don't hide behind that. We know cost is important to every local government. We're able to keep our expenses relatively low compared to other insurance companies and hence offer good pricing to our members. Our coverage, I would put up there against anybody in the marketplace. We exist for you. So our goal is not to deny claims or limit coverage. In fact, I tell our adjusters, if there's gray area, we want to find a way to cover things, not deny them, because we exist to protect you guys. And then services, and this is probably where the big differentiator is with our company. We have a lot of services available for you guys as a body, but staff and frontline workers as well. First and foremost, one of the things we identified was in the work comp space. If you notice on the proposal, you don't have to really necessarily know what it means, but your experience mod factor, which is basically just a relative history of your work comp claims, increased like 60 points from year over year. That's a lot of money for the city. So our goal is to try and proactively help you guys manage workers' compensation risk. Seems like a simple thing, but it's probably my biggest passion in the job is to make sure people can go home at night, spend time with their families, do the things they want to do. So we're going to look at things like safety training, both on-site, including, policy development if needed, return to work programs, job site evaluations, online learning, things like that are all available through our company. We give a safety grant every year, 2% of your work comp premium. It's given us funds for you guys to purchase safety-related equipment, which is pretty nice. Should things happen, always does. We have certain programs in place, post-injury, our rebound injury management program, a nurse hotline. And the whole goal for those programs is to get people good care, get them healthy as quickly as possible, and get a good result for them, which is going to get a good result for you guys as an organization, your departments. You're going to save on overtime costs, worried about, staffing shifts, things like that. And then if we lower those things, your claims are gonna be lower. That experience mod factor is gonna go back down. So that's our goal, is to try and actively manage that exposure for you guys. Another big thing is we have a free legal service available to our members. So we partner with the Stafford Rosenbaum law firm out of Madison, and they are available to call on any municipal related issue free of charge. Most people use it kind of in the HR employment area. I will say that the vast majority of people use it for like handbook reviews, questions about, say, progressive discipline or wage and hour issues, whatever it may be. You know, talking with Stephanie, you guys are working on a handbook, rewrite, review, things like that, and we can certainly help with that. We've got templates and examples, and, you know, we do it all the time, and it'll be free of charge, so that's a great thing as well. We've put in some resources to law enforcement. We know that is a specific area of, you know, high exposure, everything from supporting monetary funds to policies, usually like Lexipol or CSI in the state, accreditation reimbursement. You know, we try and support that group. We have training simulators available for law enforcement as well, so it's an area of active engagement for us. We have a whole host of things regarding your cyber liability. So whether it's training, videos, in-person events, you know, try and make it understandable for you guys. We also partner with a firm that could be a consultant to you guys if you guys need to talk to someone in the space, knows municipal cyber risk. You want to talk about your current architecture, best practices, sample policies, you know, what sort of software, hardware solutions do we need? We have that vendor available for you guys to talk with. You know, and one other thing, we just want to be easy to work with as well. You know, all we do is Wisconsin local governments. So everything from the renewal process to adding or deleting autos midterm, we try and make it easy as possible for you guys. That's our goal, is to be easy to work with. And then, as I mentioned, we were created by the League of Wisconsin Municipalities. So if you guys haven't taken advantage of the league's resources, whether that's attending conferences or trainings or reaching out for legal help, budgeting help, whatever it may be, reach out. If someone has a question, likely we've gotten it before, and there's an answer out there, and we're just really here to help. So that's a quick high-level overview. You know, it's kind of just scratching the surface. We will certainly work with staff and frontline people to implement a lot of these services and make sure you guys take advantage of the things that are most beneficial for you at a time that's best for you as well. I doubt anyone is available on November 5th for training, so we'll target another time. But is there any questions about what we do?
We'll ask questions when it comes up on the agenda.
Okay. Very good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
All right. Agenda changes. Consent agenda. I don't see any listed. Report of officers. All right. Mayor's report for the month. Hello, Mabel residents. This month, the city is in full swing with the 2025 budget and capital improvement plan. I submitted the mayor's budget to the city common council this past month with a 1.6% tax increase. That equates to about 9 cents per thousand increase for Mabel property owners. Under the mayor's budget, Mabel would qualify for the Wisconsin Spending Restraint Funds for 2026. The capital improvement plan, the city would need to borrow around 2.8 million. I think we already adjusted that down to 2.6 for 2025 and 2026 projects. That includes finishing off the North Industrial Park Road with utilities, a new plow, new ambulance, 3 miles of roads, and other department needs. I am pleased how the budget has transpired over the last few months, and I'm confident we are back on track heading into 2025. This month, I had the opportunity to meet with the Poplar Grove Dayton 1 developers to finalize their apartment complex, as they will be adding another apartment building to the site. This site is just off West Dayton Street towards the north. The city administrator and I are still looking at Mabel housing needs and what we need to achieve moving forward. I met with the Bachner Foundation leaders and the CEO of Mabel Engineering Company this month. Both visits were educational and good in a sense that we can develop a better relationship moving ahead, as I understand their needs and how we can work together in a partnership for the betterment of our community. I want to thank Jay Reddy from MEC and Joanne Bachibur for their hospitality and warm welcome. The city of Mayville will once again be hosting the annual trick or treat on October 27th, 2024 at 3 p.m. Encourage all participants to practice safety while walking in traffic and all motor vehicles to watch your young trick or treaters as well. That concludes my report for the month. All right, administrator report.
Just an update on administrative functions of the city. I met with Aaron Knight and Grant Larson regarding the 2025 library budget. I met with Merle Collhammer and Carla Hagan regarding the Graceland Cemetery budget request. And I met with Phil Cosson from Ellers regarding the debt service budget for 2025. I have budget up to my head. Final closing for the library building. The old library building was on September 30th, and the total proceeds from that sale was $155,521.27. We had open enrollment for the employees of the city of Mayville on October 2nd and on October 3rd. Meetings I attended over the last month was Library Board, Finance of the Whole on September 23rd, the CDA meeting, Joint Review Board, and Plan Commission on September 25th. Finance of the Whole on September 30th, and on October 7th, Water and Wastewater Committee meeting on October 1st. Webinars I attended the impact on 2024's workers' comp rate cuts and the employee dishonesty, identify and avoid employee theft and embezzlement. Projects that are in the process, I placed an ad in the paper to hire a part-time employee to clean City Hall, and we terminated the contract with Top to Bottom Cleaning. Kettle Marine Glass will be installing an additional glass service window here at City Hall to assist with in-person absentee voting and tax collection during our busy time. And I'm currently obtaining quotes for our IT services here at City, or for the city. Staffing updates, Stacy Girth was hired on September 16th to join the fire department. An upcoming task, I'm preparing the resolution for Common Council regarding the alternative benefit plan for health insurance. That's the cash in lieu that the mayor and I have been working on. And that is all I have for tonight.
All right, thank you. Clerk's report for the month.
All right, so election season is in full swing. Some important upcoming dates for the 2024 general election are today we had our residential care facility voting. The last day to register to vote online or by mail is October 16th. After that, it must be done in the clerk's office or at the polls on election day. October 22nd is when in-person absentee voting begins at City Hall. It will run during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. The last day for that will be November 1st, where we will be open until 5 p.m. by state statute for voter registration. And we will let the in-person absentee run till 5 p.m. as well that day. Public test and election inspector training will be on October 29th. And then November 5th is the general election itself at the Ted and Grace Bachhuber Memorial Library. I'm excited to announce that we will have a high school election inspector working with us this election. I've been in contact with the high school, and it is something that the state allows. They're very excited to grow the program, and we have a young man who's going to be at the polls helping us, and it should help them learn about the voting process and civic duty. It'll be nice to see. Currently, Mayville has 432 absentee ballot requests out. That is approximately 14% of our registered voters. We anticipate this decline steadily during in-person absentee voting. We've been receiving a lot of phone calls. In November, I also plan to have the candidacy packets put together as our odd-numbered wards will be up for election. The first day to start circulating your nomination papers will be December 1st with the deadline of January 7th to return them. For anyone who would choose not to run, the deadline to file your notification of non-candidacy is December 27th. Outside of elections, my deputy clerk, Dawn Hunt, has been working diligently on open enrollment to ensure all the city employees know the benefits available to them and to make their elections in a timely manner. She has been absolutely amazing, and she is a great asset to City Hall. We are beginning to get her cross-trained on some traditional clerk duties. She is starting to handle the Parks, Rec, and Take Center Commission to learn agenda preparation, packets, minutes, as well as meeting management. So that's my update.
All right, thank you. All right, treasurers, August 2024 monthly check registry and approval of bills. Nicole, you want to say a couple words on that? Anything stands out on the bills?
Not that I saw. I had a different report ready for you guys on that one. I don't know if you want to take a look, let me know if there's anything that stands out for you as well. I mean, everything seems to be look pretty good.
And our budgets for each department should be at, what should we be at, 72%?
Yeah, well, right now we are, and this is for reporting for August. So it should be,
67%.
67%.
67%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions on the bills? I'll take a motion to approve. So moved. Motion by Schmidt. Second by Levino. Any discussion on the bills? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Comptroller Treasurer's monthly report.
All right, so as you know, I've been working on the draft budget and debt service for 2025. I'll be making our third quarter taxes payments this month and our debt payments that are due November 1st. On October 2nd, Stephanie and I met with a representative from the IRS to discuss and work out on some of the tax-related issues that have accumulated over the past years. We discussed there was a 941 first quarter tax for 2023 that was not filed. So when I came on board in July, that payment had been made and reported. And for a 941 for the first quarter taxes for 2024 was filed incorrectly, resulting in money owed for $32,774. This payment was made in full on October 2nd, 2024. In connection with this error, there was a penalty of $773.69 was assessed, and we are working on an abatement letter in an attempt to have this penalty removed. And as you know, the W-2 penalty for the 2022 was paid, and an abatement letter requesting for reimbursement has been submitted. However, the IRS has classified this penalty as fraud, civil penalty, so which may prolong the resolution for the process. And that's why it's such a huge amount. Any questions there?
Do we have any coverage, speaking of insurance, that can remedy some of the negligent actions in the past?
We did submit that to our current insurance carrier, and they do not feel that that is considered a claim. It wasn't really damages, it's more error that they considered it.
So they haven't yet
But
filed
this
that
was
yet.
where Nicole and I, we were actually able to talk with the IRS agent, and he is still working on that and helping us regain that claim, although the penalty, although it's gonna take us longer because of how they classify that as a civil penalty. It's just not your normal penalty of the 700, that the 700 was for failure to pay. They classify that as more fraudulent, and so it's more difficult to regain, to recoup that penalty. But we have an agent, he's working with us, so I think that's the best solution that we can ask for at this time.
Start.
And he saw it out there in Pennsylvania, they do have it. So, it's a different, section of the IRS, because this gentleman's out of Milwaukee. He's gonna handle more of your payments that weren't done in the time of fashion, or the quarterly reporting that wasn't completed. He's more into that, but he said he could help us also with the civil penalty.
All right.
I think that's the important part, that we have actual person that we can talk to finally.
Do we have procedures and policies in the works to see that this a checklist to see that these things are not overlooked in the future?
Yes. That's why the resources that the league can offer is definitely something that can help us.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, so, and I'm also currently working with Civic Systems to implement the MyPay Online. I submitted a request for implementation, just awaiting for the next steps. The key features for this will be time entry for the employees, all payroll access, W-2 access, and they can record their like time off requests. Lastly, I want to also thank Gwen Owens, our utility accountant. Gwen has been an invaluable asset to our team. She's been stepping up and helping clean up the accounts payables and receivables. Her efforts have made a significant difference in our operations, and we truly appreciate her hard work and dedication.
All right, well, thank you. All right, report of committees, commissions, board, wastewater commission, next meeting dates November 5th at 6 p.m. Library board, next meeting date is November 14th at 6 p.m. Public Works Committee, next meeting date is October 28th at 6 p.m. Personnel Committee, next meeting date is October 28th at 6 p.m. Public Safety Committee, next meeting date is October 28th at 6 p.m. Finance Committee, next meeting date is October 28th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Park Rec Tag Center Commission, next meeting date is November 6th at 1 p.m. Planning Commission, next meeting date,
Changed it to
Sorry,
the preview tonight.
right, it's going to be October 30th at 4 p.m. Community Development Authority, next meeting date is November 13th, 2024 at 5 p.m. Old business, discuss a possible action resolution 5951-2024 for special assessments for the property located at 2050 Horcon Street in the city of Mayville, parcel number 251-1216-2242-006. I guess you wanted to speak.
I did.
You want to just go up to the podium and state your name and who you represent?
Sure. Oh, yeah, I guess.
So I printed these. Are we allowed to hand anything out or no?
Well, sure, why not?
Okay. So I didn't get enough copies for everybody, but you guys can share. That was like the offer to purchase. And then part where they highlighted here where they had that obligation to like, anyway, serious finish letters, here's something to look at.
Just each thing you want to do, you can talk after I'm done.
Sure.
Okay. So my name is Nick Lenz. I'm with the law firm of Hager, Wick & Zingler. We represent the property owners of 2050 Horicon Street, which is BPY LLC. One of the members of BPY LLC, Jessica Yuso, is also here and has a couple comments after I'm done. She just handed you out a packet of information kind of regarding the sale and the offer to purchase, something like that. So, you know, as you guys are likely aware, we're here about this special assessment that's being proposed. The special assessment stems from the development agreement that was reached with the former owner of the property, Shopko Mayville. I understand, I've read the developer's agreement and I understand what it says and why it was entered into and what all happened with the former owner. The problem is that my client was not party to that developer's agreement. The other party, Shopko Mayville, did have an affirmative duty under that agreement to notify all subsequent purchasers, which my client is, of the existence of the agreement. And they failed to do so. My client purchased the property without any knowledge of it. As a result, this issue was not covered by any sort of title insurance policy. My clients never would have paid the amount that they did had they known that this agreement existed, because they knew that they were going to use this property for warehouse instead of, and that would significantly decrease the assessed value, and therefore triggering the special assessment under the developer's agreement. My office deals with developers agreements like this all the time, and when they have provisions that do bind subsequent property owners, the common practice is to record that, or to record, a memorandum of the agreement at least, that kind of sets forth what the obligations are against subsequent purchasers. And the reason that is common practice is to avoid exactly what we have here, where you get one party of the agreement fails in their contractual duty to tell subsequent purchasers, probably, likely to get a higher purchase price. And then you have someone else like my client coming in and purchasing the property without any knowledge of it. Had that been recorded, my client would have known about it and they could have dealt with that as part of the negotiations for sale. There is, a principle in the law called good faith purchasers without notice, and that's really what my clients were. And what it says is that if somebody purchases a property that has an encumbrance, or it has, let's say an easement or anything that's affecting the land with it, and they purchase it when there's nothing recorded that they could look to, and they don't have in good faith knowledge of that prior agreement or that prior restriction, they're not bound by it. And so that, if this resolution gets passed and the assessment gets issued, that's, obviously what my client's gonna have to argue, because this is a significant assessment and my client really doesn't feel, and I don't feel that it really is their responsibility. I guess what I'd like to consider not only is from a fairness standpoint that they are a good faith purchaser without notice. I'd like you to also consider that, my client doesn't want to be in litigation against the city. My client wants to work with the city and invest in the city. They currently have in the works a $3.5 million expansion of the warehouse that they're planning.
Of this building.
Of the same building, thank you, Jessica. In addition to that, they have another facility within the village that is coming to the end of its useful life that they're going to have to put substantial renovations or rebuild in. Both of those projects are substantial. They're going to bring or keep jobs in the city. They're going to result in a greater tax base for the city. And these are all things that my client is looking forward to working with the city on. If the city's going to hold them responsible for a deal that it made with the prior owner, which the prior owner failed to disclose, that's not a lot of incentive for my client to want to invest in the city. So really what we're asking you guys to do is think long-term and think about the long-term relationship with my client, and to, in the alternative, hold the actual party who breached its contract with you responsible instead of holding my client responsible. My client's happy to, support any effort in that regard, and to, if there's any issue proving that they failed to disclose this, my client is happy to assist with that. But that's really what we think that, that's really the party that we feel like should be paying for this. And that's what we think that we'd like the bill to do, the city to do. So we'd like you to not pass this motion and instead work with our client. Jessica, yeah,
And we'll help you go after them.
do you have any
Do you guys
questions?
have any questions about this? So I put in the packet, the offer to purchase is in there. And when you look towards the back of it, you'll see there's,
Why don't you stand up?
oh, sure. So there's a section in there.
State your name too. So-
Sure. So I'm Jessica Uso. A lot of you know me, a lot of you don't. But so Bernard Uso and I are the ones that own this building. So if you look inside of here, you'll see the offer to purchase, and there's a part where it talks about like special assessments where they have to like disclose all this. They didn't disclose, like they checked the box no, so they told us nothing. And then when you look farther back into the packet, you'll see where the pilot agreement is, and then we highlighted it. It's like this one of the last pages here. So in the developer's agreement, they have, it says that the developer further agrees that the developer will not sell or lease the property to any third party without notifying the purchaser or leasee of this obligation. So it says in here too that they, like you guys made an agreement with them, that they were to disclose this to us. Nobody at the city recorded it. They didn't put anything on the offer to purchase, like letting us know that there were any special assessments. And then this thing just like 3 years later came back to bite us in the hind end, not to be blunt. And it's a lot of money. It's almost, do we have like that? It's almost $1 million, isn't it?
Well, over the life,
Yeah.
as of right now, I
To
think
me,
that
it's
the
a lot
bill
of
you're
money.
looking at is about $68,000. I have to go right now.
It's almost $1 million over the whole thing, right?
Well, it's an annual thing, so yes, but right now it's $68,137.60.
And I'm gonna tell you guys that we have 2 law firms looking at this. I know you guys have your own law firm. We have 2 law firms looking at this, and both of them are telling us not to pay this bill, to add it to the tax bill. And I don't wanna be like the hostile human here, but like, in my opinion, the people that we should be going after is not us. It should be the other people that you guys signed this agreement with, and I'm like happy to help you do that. I don't wanna be responsible for this. They should be. That's my. Do you guys have questions? And if it does come to us, I don't want to be the Evel Knievel, but I mean, I don't care if I have to hire 5 law firms, like, to go after the city. I'm not trying to be that way, I will, because I'm not paying this.
Okay.
Thanks for a copy of this too. Thank you.
So on the special assessment, I would just say that our attorney has investigated this and has given you his opinion on the matter. And that's why we're here, because he believes the course of action is for special assessment. Anything you'd like to add?
So at your last meeting, I had the introduction of this resolution, and tonight it's up for adoption. What this resolution says that is the current assessed value of the property was asked by the current purchaser to be reduced, and that's what increased the special charges. You'll see that on the last page of your resolution. So it was originally assessed at $2,158,000, and so at that it was $10,637 was the special charges, because the assessed value was reduced because of the purchase from the property, the current property owner. That's what's increased the special charges. So at this time, adopting this resolution will allow you to place these special assessments on the current tax parcel, because the parcel should have remained at the current assessment and not been reduced. That's what's allowed for the special assessment to be increased from the 10,000 to the 29,000 that it is currently. So then if it's not paid by November 1st, it'll be placed on the tax bill.
All right, is there any other recourse dealing with who they bought it from? Where do they fit into all of this?
We told you, I just said, the attorney has reviewed this, he did an investigation. He believes that the best course of action is to do this special assessment. So we got a couple options. Either we could, pass it, we could table it, get the attorney here next meeting, or we can deny it.
I'll make a motion to table it. So we get our attorney.
I'll second that.
All right, motion by leaving all the table the next month. Second,
We have discussion.
hold on. Second by Olson, discussion.
Okay, if you table it to next month, then it will not be on the tax bill for this year.
Yes.
It will be past the November 1st deadline.
Right.
All the discussion and the items at odds were all part of public record during the last 2 years, the pilot discussion and all of that. So that goes to disclosure. I don't see any, it's like you ask a lawyer what he thinks, and when you get the answer, then you gotta ask him again. I think,
Right, well, I've already said, lawyers only write, no offense, but they only write half the time, that's why we have the courts. All right. Anybody else? There's a motion on the floor to table. Take the roll.
Alderperson Leitnow.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Abstain.
Alderperson Newman.
Nay.
Alderperson Schmidt.
Nay.
Alderperson Smith.
Nay.
Alderperson DeBaker.
Nay.
Motion fails.
All right, on the original special assessment, is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Newman, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Smith, any more discussion? Please take the roll.
Alderperson Newman.
Aye.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Alderperson DeBaker.
Nay.
Alderperson Schmidt.
Aye.
Alderperson Levno.
Nay.
Alderperson Olson.
Abstain.
We have 3 ayes, 2 nays, and 1 abstain.
Motion carried.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, new business. Approved minutes of September 9th, 2024, Common Council meeting. You guys had a chance to review the minutes? Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Motion by, who said that?
Baker.
Mr. Baker. Second by Levino. Any discussion? Any corrections or additions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Review of the proposed 2025 budget for the city of Mayville, including debt service, library, capital improvements, non-major governmental, is that what that's supposed to say? And enterprise fund. All right, so this has been all passed to council from committee.
Make a motion.
Motion by Newman. Second by Levino. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Alderperson Newman.
Aye.
Alderperson Levno.
For approving them. Items.
It's just, I think it's just an overview.
It's just review. This
Or
is
just
your draft.
reviewing
Yeah,
Because it'll all come through in November.
to submit it to the public hearing on the 11th.
Okay. All right, I guess
This
we're just
is your
reviewing it.
first kick at the can. as an
All right.
entire budget.
And this will be coming back then when? November?
November 11th will be your public hearing on the budget, and then you can adopt it after that public hearing.
All right.
Sorry about that.
All right, discuss with possible action 2025 city contract agreement with the following. Mayville Chamber of Commerce, Main Street Mayville, Grace Cemetery, and Dodge County Humane Society. You want to talk a little bit on these?
Sure. So the Mayville Chamber of Commerce is for, I can't remember, 5,000.
Yep.
And then the Main Street Mayville is for 10,000. You've seen the Exhibit A on both of them agreements and what, an explanation of what them donations will be used for, and that they agree with that. They dropped off the signed agreements today. Graceland Cemetery, it was originally for 21,000. Their request now is for 19,500. And then the Dodge County Humane Society, their agreement we received today, and that is for,
They're varying levels.
all right, what is for 20 dogs?
20 dogs is
I have-
$4,000.
So
for
that
20
recommendation
domestic animals.
would be for $4,000. I talked to Chief Tellner, and that's currently the agreement that they have in place. But it did increase from last year of
Like 400.
$400.
How much?
400.
Are
Okay.
all the other elements of the Humane Society contract the same? Fine.
Yeah, we went through it, we just got it within the past few hours, but I compared it to last year's and the conditions are all the same.
Stray animals, stray cats, all of that is the same.
Cats and dogs,
It did increase.
it increased $400 from $3,600 last year.
I mean, as far as animals.
The number of animals we're currently at right now is 18. We have a contract for 20. We're at 12, but we just had a situation. A cat that came in and then 5 animals were lost as a result of it. Yeah, so.
All right, well, let's take these one at a time. Let's talk about the chamber contract. That's in front of you. Is there a motion to approve the chamber's contract for $5,000?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Motion by Smith, second by Newman. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Main Street Mabel for 10,000, so 5,000 for 10,000 total, so is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Is there a second? Second. Motion by Newman, second by Levino. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, Graceland Cemetery, Steph talked to them and had the agreement presented, so it's in front of you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Motion by Smith, second by Newman. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, Dodge County Humane Society recommendation of $4,000.
So on, just so you know, on your current budget draft, on page 5, we have it in there at 3,600. We weren't aware that it increased by $400. So Nicole and I will increase the budget item there for $400 if you agree to the contract.
All right, is there a motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the.
recommendation? Motion by Smith,
I'll second.
second by DeBaker. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 13D, discuss with possible action farmland lease for 2025 to 2027. Tenant Fink Farms LLC, parcels are listed there. And lease agreements for how much?
It's for the same amount that he leased it for the last time, which was originally to Jacob Weiss, and then it transferred over to the Fink Farm. Rick Fink had called me. He just wants the contract, the current one expires on December 31st, but he wants to plant some cover crops in there. I told him that we do have money in the budget to do excavation out in our TID 7 and industrial park, but he said he would just as soon get crop in there, cover crops for this year. And then February, we'll bring back to the council, according to the agreement, exact amount of acreage, if we do plan on excavating some of that land out in the TID. But
But he's aware that we want to excavate some.
yes, he is aware of that, and that he's fine with that. He's still wanting to get some cover crop in there. That we had agreement that you're willing to lease the Fink Farm.
All right,
Take center, there's no changes.
let's get a motion on the table.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Olson. Second by Levino. Any more discussion?
How much is it per acre?
136.
For the one out in
Industrial park?
the industrial park at the Tags, the one near the Tags Center, it is 172 per acre.
That's a going rate.
It's what we did with the last
It's,
contract.
you know, I
You
think
can
it's,
probably get more, but that's not very good land.
I think it's fair. You know, we had a problem with it years ago because they couldn't grow anything because we didn't. I'll just give you the history. No, it's important you know the history. So we used to do a year-by-year lease, right? If you're a farmer, you're not gonna spend any money for fertilizer on the land. So the crops are mediocre on yields. So we said, you know, this is stupid. Why don't we just work out a long-term lease? That way you guys know how much you have, you know, how many years you can go out and start putting fertilizer, getting the soil back where it needs to be. So they rejuvenated the soil. And so that's why we do these longer leases. So it helps the farmer, so he knows how much fertilizer to put on it, and also helps the city, so we have a long-term agreement.
But also, if you have a hay crop, you have to have at least a 3-year investment.
Right.
Because you put the alfalfa in 1 year, you at least want to crop it for an additional 2
Right.
years after
We
that.
need to rotate the crops.
And there were some, I was familiar with all these things as they happened, for both the Finks and the new guy. And that place by the Tag Center, there are some access problems that are also compromised, that you can't get into the field at the times you want, and sometimes you have to actually trespass to get in there. But these were real fair at the time, and this is just, I think this is appropriate.
Right, if he's willing to work with us on that excavation on the North Industrial Park, I think it's a good.
Plus, I think we can cease this at any time if we get some activity to go in there. I mean, the city has the right to end the agreement.
With compensation.
Yeah,
Yes, it's all listed in the agreement, then we have to compensate them
Right.
according to the crop we have to, or
Right.
planted.
All right, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Discuss with possible action, bid for take center replacement of water heater. Is that you, John?
Lukewarm John.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of information. It's kind of happened quickly, that's why this information wasn't handed out.
I appreciate your email updates as a member.
Oh, well, good, I'm glad you're getting it.
What's this gonna cost us, 14 grand or something?
Yeah, or something.
You go in, go to the-
Yeah.
$43,000.
There's 3 bids there. So 2 Wednesdays ago, this was actually 2 days, it'll be 2 weeks that we have not had hot water out there. So to give you a little background on these hot water heaters, a little bit more than what you have in your house. They are commercial grade. We have 2 of them that are in line out there. They're 1,100 pounds each, and they have quick, regeneration for the water out there. So for the facility that we have out there, that is why they are, that's why the type of hot water heaters are out there. The companies that came in and looked at them, one of the companies said that this is the water heater that you have at a facility like this. They put them in at different places, YMCA's, colleges, and so they said that these are the right ones for the application. Very good quality ones. So needless to say, we got 3 bids. I gave them to you in the order that I got the bids in at. I did ask for add-ons to 2 of the bids that we had here because of the expansion tanks that we want to replace. So what happened was 2 Wednesdays ago, in the evening, got a call to come in, and both hot water heaters are going out. One of them, Scott's been resetting every now and then, and one of them, they're the same age. One of them had no issues at all with them. Don't know what happened. Don't know if we had a surge in electrical, whatever it was, or if it's just our luck. But both hot water heaters went out. So these are the bids that we got in to have the hot water heaters replaced. And every one of these bids are exactly the same with what they are replacing. The same hot water heaters that were in there, the pressure expansion tanks, and getting what they're 1,100 pounds each, and then these are on the second story of the building. So this includes cranes or equipment to get them up onto the second story because they are 1,100 pounds each. And disposal of the old ones, and so when we are done, we'll have exactly what we had in there, so.
And these are all 3 quick recovery.
Yep, that's what's so expensive on them. They're 400,000 BTU because out there, it's so inconsistent of when we have demand for water out there. And that's why these units are the ones that were put in place from the beginning. They've been, the ones that were in there now have been in there since 2017. We had 7 years out of it, which they were not underneath warranty or anything like that yet, but we should be getting more out of them. Scott out there found that there might be an additive that we can put inside the tank because of our water in Mayville, that we may get a little bit more life out of them. So when we get this approved to go through, that we're gonna look into doing that.
So we can anticipate them going out unless something changes every 7 years?
I don't know how long the ones before were in there, but these were 7 years.
All right.
That's the warranty.
What's that?
The warranty is 7 years.
No, they're 7 years. The warranty's way past on.
Okay, what's the warranty?
That I do not know on them. The warranty on the, most of the mechanical is 1 year on them. And then I think the tank was a little bit longer on the inside, leak in the tank or anything like that, or any plumbing. But that was even, the worst that was 3 years.
So any of these come with a warranty, these 2 quotes?
Well, they'll have the same warranty. I don't know what the warranty is on them or anything like that.
None of them come with an extended warranty. That would be something we'd have.
Oh, that could be something to look at. Yeah.
So these are item for item, the
These are the
same,
exact same units that are in there right now. Yeah,
same brand,
same brand.
all by 3 different installation
Yeah,
firms.
we wanted the same one. Everyone came in there and said that these were the ones that you want for this application, yeah.
And the low bid is the local plumber.
Yeah, and I had him, he was the first bid I got, and then I had him and one of the other ones, come back in and give me another bid, Tyler from Ahern Gross, and then Scott from Bernard Plumbing, come in and add those expansion tanks, in there. So we have new expansion tanks.
All right, with Bernhard,
So these all include taking them out and putting them in?
Yeah, 100% removal of the old ones, getting rid of, and,
Do they
100%.
all use a crane?
The Bernhard and Ahern Gross both have cranes to lift them up, take them in by the door. The JF Ahern actually uses a robot to take them up the steps. So,
which one of these Ahrens?
what's that? Yeah, one is Ahern Gross and one is JF Ahern. All commercial plumbing. I did contact other plumbers. A couple of them didn't have certification to work on tanks like this. And a couple of, one of them I talked to just did not have any way of working on something this massive or this big. So these are your commercial plumbing companies, and here, they're all very good companies. I mean, they're all gonna get the job done.
Which one's those?
I'd make a motion to use Bernhard, number one, they're local.
I'll second that because of the
Because of what?
They're local, and not only that, but I know for a fact that if they do come in under what they estimated, they'll give you the money back.
All right, well, motion's been made by Schmidt, seconded by Newman. Any more discussion? Well, I will say this. I will say that they're not local. They used to be local, but they're no longer in the city of Mayville. So, I would say, you go with whoever you want. We're only talking a couple $100 different.
Well, the one, if you did look, the Ahern Grocer is a $500 add-on on top of it. Still, it's only, they can say a couple $100 or $200 that, the add-on that I wanted, they didn't add it into their first price on the first page. The Tyler Gross from Ahern Gross, $500 extra. So that puts them at, 44.
And that's with the expansion tank?
Yeah, with the that's what they wanted from those two were, to add on the expansion tanks.
And is Bernhard gonna put the expansion?
Yep, as I caught him and I got him to rebid his with expansion tanks too. What the expansion tanks are, they take the pressure for not using these units are under high pressure so they can get water out quick and they can heat water up fast. And when they're not being used on a weekend or a longer stretch, they have to have these expansion tanks so that they can hold the pressure, just almost like overflow. So we have 3 of them up there, there's 3 of them.
Okay, any more discussion? Take the roll.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Olson,
Yay.
Alderperson Lehnow,
Aye.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Baker.
All right, motion carries.
Carries.
Item 13F, discuss with possible action proposal from the League of Municipalities Insurance, which we just had the presentation. We're recommending the league, right?
Yes.
All right, is there let's get a motion on the floor.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a motion by Smith?
I'll second that.
Second by Newman. All right, any discussion or ask any questions?
No, we never had, our insurance, current insurance is not a municipal insurance, am I right with that?
Self-administration.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay,
All right,
that was all I had to ask.
This group seems to save a lot of trouble. Usually when we research some of these things, personnel, finance, so forth and so on, we generally go to the internet or go online or call League of Municipalities. This shortcuts all that. They have the research done. I think this is an excellent proposal and an excellent idea.
all right. Anybody else? All right, let's take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman. Alderperson Olson,
Aye.
Alderperson Lehnow,
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Baker.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right,
Thanks, gentlemen, for coming in too.
Thank you all.
Thank you. We
Appreciate it.
appreciate it. Thank you.
thanks. Discuss with possible action approval of the operator's license application as in front of you. Is there a motion?
All motion to approve.
Is there a second? Mr. Lino? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Baker. All right. These all checked out?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All those in favor of approval and listed in mass, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, discuss the possible action, Dodge County 911 Joint Power Agreement. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Smith, second by Levino. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Discuss the possible action resolution 5949-2024, approving additional election inspectors for the 2024-2025 term. Now, you want to see some numbers?
Sure, just bulking up our numbers. General elections are always very busy. I wanted to try to do half-day shifts as much as possible. It's likely going to be well over 16 hours, and most of my inspectors are a little older, so the fewer I have to do of such a long day, it's just taxing. So I'm bulking up the numbers. They will be at public test, they will get training, so that's all good.
I'll make that motion to approve additional election inspectors. Do we know how many about?
There were,
Oh, let's see here. Motion by Olson, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Schmidt. Discussion now?
we had the one young gentleman, and
From
then,
school.
resolutions are stuck. I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. The young man and 5 additional adults.
Oh, yeah.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, discuss with possible action, resolution 5950-2024, revision to the 2024 fee schedule for the city of Mayville.
We caught a couple errors and, in the fee schedule, along with the police department, caught a couple errors on there. And so we're just amending it to reflect what we actually wanted to adopt.
Anything material?
There was a typo with one of the plan commission applications. It should have been 275, 175. And then the ones for the PD were a matter of interpreting the information they got from the DA's office on how they charge per megabyte or kilobyte. So it was adding information in to specify what that is a little more clearly for them.
I'm glad you found it, and I will make that motion.
Motion by Olson,
Second.
second by Newman. More discussion? So the resolution stands, is it? Or do we need to amendment to the resolution? To
We
reflect the-
adopted this.
Yeah, we did a resolution that will fix the initial one.
Okay. All right, so we're voting on the resolution as stated by the clerk. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Discuss with possible action, discuss the possible action introduction of ordinance 1141-2024, annual compensation for all the persons. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Newman, second by Levino. You forgot, this is increasing next year 3 aldermen's pay by $1,000, and the following year another 1,000 for the remaining 3. Any other-
Whoever gets elected, nobody in office is voting for anything. They're
Right.
getting-
Right. All right, any other discussion? Why don't you take the roll on this?
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Levino.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson,
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson DeBaker.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Discuss with possible action, introduction of ordinance 1142-2024 to rezone parcel 251-1216-2313-103, the city of Mayville, to amend the zoning map of the city of Mayville pursuant to section 430-32 of the municipal code. Is there an introduction? Somebody?
A little history.
We're rezoning, property that, was on Dayton Street.
I'll make the motion to introduce, I will introduce the
All
ordinance.
right, thank you, Mr. Smith. I'll be
Yes.
coming back next month.
Um,
Discuss with possible action revision to the current conditional use permit application for Poplar Grove Dayton Street Apartments, applicant Dayton One LLC, located at 1204-1212 Dayton Street, Maine, Wisconsin, parcel number 251-1216-2322-068. Zoning, current zoning is RM multifamily. We're just approving the
Additional building, I think.
yeah, conditional use permit for the additional building. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Smith, second by Schmidt. Yes, we are adding another apartment building at this location. Any other discussion?
So they're looking for 3 altogether?
They will be, yes,
Okay.
and maybe a fourth. But there's gonna be one, just we're voting on this one here.
Is that where we're going with 1208? Because there's 3 addresses, 1204, 1212, and 1208.
Right, we're just adding, it's going from 18 apartments to 19 apartments in each building.
All right, any other discussion? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson DeBaker.
Aye.
Alderperson Lehman.
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
I,
Motion carries.
All right, discuss with possible action, site plan review for Poplar Grove Dayton Street Apartments, applicant Corey Creaser, located at 1208 and 1212 Dayton Street, Maine, Wisconsin, parcel number 251-1216-2322-068, which is the same parcel that's listed above. Is there a motion?
I make that motion.
Motion by Olson,
Second.
second by Levino. Any more discussion? This has been reviewed by the planning commission and was approved to come here for final adoption. Anybody else? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Discuss with possible action the separation pay for the former library director. Should be in your packet. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Newman, is there a second? Second by Schmidt. Any discussion?
Stephanie, did you review those?
Yes, Nicole and I worked on this together, too. Yeah, and Dawn, I should put Dawn in there too. She did the audit on the benefits, that was Aflac, that she increased her Aflac coverage, and then we didn't take additional pay from her check for the cost of that. That's only employee funded Aflac. And then we did the proration of her vacation days. Vacation hours.
Good, because we've had issues with
Yes.
payouts in the past, so
Yes.
that's good. Thank you.
Yep, they have not been done correctly,
This payout amount, this will come out of their budget, right?
correct.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, let's take the roll.
Alderperson Olson,
I,
Alderperson DeBaker.
Aye.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Lehman.
Aye.
Alderperson Newman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, item 14, adjournment. Is there a motion?
So
Motion by Schmidt, second by Levino. Any discussion? Those in favor of adjourning at 8:08, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay.